Welcome back to the Weekly Word and welcome back to my garden. You were here with me at the 1st of May. You can still go back and watch that one in our archives of the Weekly Word if you'd like to. It's not near as pretty as it was when I was planting tomatoes back in early spring, but the harvest has come and still a few little old scrub tomatoes left here at the end of September. And we got the fall greens coming on pretty good. Look like they're about ready for a mess now. Had to put a little 7 dust on them here recently to see the white powder on them to keep the bugs off. It's still been warm here in early September. Come on over here and I'll show you. We're going to have banana peppers. I'm sure we're going to have banana peppers until it frosts on them. I like sweet banana peppers. But I want to show you something special that you probably don't know what it is. Maybe you do, but about 9 out of 10 people I talk to, I can show them one of these and they're like, what is that? Plum Grannies. Have you ever seen a plum granny? They smell wonderful. That's about the only use I've found for them. I saw some kind of jelly recipe or something. They're supposed to be edible, but I sliced one and bit into it and it didn't taste edible to me. It's just very, very bland, but they smell wonderful. You can put them in the house and the whole house smells like plum grannies. It's a funny word, ain't it? Plum granny. I've read a few stories about how that occurred, and one story that I like is that the pioneers in Appalachia came into the mountains and they raised these things, and they read about pomegranates in the Old Testament of the King James Bible, so they called them pomegranates, which degenerated into plum grannies. I read another story on the internet, said they thought it might be kind of, they saw them as a cross between plums and pomegranates. Plum granite became plum granny, but whatever they are, they're an old Appalachia favorite that quickly disappeared. My dad grew some last year and he brought me one, and I put it in the house 3 or 4 days, and as they do, you get about a week out of them, then they'll start leaking and you throw it out. And I decided to save the seeds out of that one. I cut it open and put all the seeds on a piece of aluminum foil and waited till they dried, and then folded it up and put it in my deep freeze over the winter and planted them this spring. And I'm telling you what, I have got plum grannies coming out in my ears now just from that one plum granny. I must have got over 100. I've taken them to church and given them away till nobody else wants them. I gave them to family, gave them to friends, and I've still got all these plum grannies, and they're still getting ripe laying here on the ground even after the vines have died down. But you know, it goes back to proving that point that Jesus said again, and it said, the Word of God is like seed that's sown, and that seed produces Christians. And those Christians, he said, some bring forth fruit 30-fold, some 60-fold, some 100-fold. In other words, I guess that means if you're a Christian, I hope your little world, the place that you travel, is 100 times better because you're in it. I hope you're 100-fold Christian. We'll see you next week. We'll be somewhere else on the Weekly Word. Bye-bye and God bless.